Hi, my name is Zachary Gsegnet from MeaningBot, and today I will be sharing with you 12 traits of emotionally intelligent people.
Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman is a psychologist and best-selling author of emotional intelligence and social intelligence. His latest book is What Makes a Leader? Why Emotional Intelligence Matters. Daniel received his PhD in psychology and personality development from Harvard University. His work has appeared in the New York Times and Harvard Business Review. Goleman also wrote, Harvard researcher says the most emotionally intelligent people have these 12 traits. Which do you have? This article was written for the CNBC Make It page and is the main focus of this presentation. What makes someone intelligent? What really distinguishes the world's successful leaders is emotional intelligence. What makes someone great at their job? Knowledge? Smarts? Vision? Well, it all depends on the perspective of that person. Emotional intelligence is the ability to identify and monitor emotions of their own and others. Companies today are using emotional intelligence for hiring, promoting, and developing their employees. Years of studies show that the more emotional intelligence someone has, the better their performance. Understanding emotional intelligence. What most people fail to realize, though, is that mastering emotional intelligence doesn't come naturally. A negative factor is when people define emotional intelligence too narrowly. They lose sight of the essential emotional intelligence traits and only focus on the ones they have. For example, an individual focusing on sociability and likability, but forget about all the other essential traits they may be lacking. The essential traits are the ones that can make someone stronger and a better leader. Domains and traits. Goleman has spent 25 years writing books and fostering research on this topic to come up with an answer. His article breaks down the essential parts of emotional intelligence. It is comprised of 4 domains: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Nested within these domains are 12 core competencies, which are emotional self-awareness, emotional self-control, adaptability, achievement orientation, positive outlook, empathy, organizational awareness, influence, coach and mentor, conflict management, teamwork, and inspirational leadership. Now, we will take a deep dive into these traits and domains explained by Daniel Goleman in his recent article. Self-awareness. Self-awareness is the capacity to tune into your own emotions. It allows you to know what you are feeling and why, as well as how those feelings help or hurt what you're trying to do. Do you have the core competency of self-awareness? Emotional self-awareness. You understand your own strengths and limitations. You operate from competence and know when to rely on someone else on the team. You also have clarity on your own values and a sense of purpose, which allows you to be more decisive when setting up a course of action. Developing the skills of self-awareness. Every moment is an opportunity to practice self-awareness. One of the biggest keys is to acknowledge your weaknesses. If you're struggling with something at work, for example, be honest about the skills you need to work on in order to succeed. During times of frustration, pinpoint the root and cause of your frustration. Think about any signals that accompany how you feel at that moment. Self-management. Self-management is the ability to keep disruptive emotions and impulses under control. This is a powerful skill for leaders, especially during a crisis. What core competencies of self-management do you have? There are 4 different traits in self-management, with emotional self-control being the first. You stay calm under pressure and recover quickly from upsets. You know how to balance your feelings for the good of yourself and others. or for the good of a given task, mission, or vision. Next is adaptability. This shows up as agility in the face of change and uncertainty. You're able to find new ways of dealing with fast morphing challenges and can balance multiple demands at once. Developing the skills of self-management. Take a deep breath and check in with your emotions. Instead of blowing up at people, let them know what's wrong and offer some solutions. Accept that there will always be sudden changes and challenges in life. Try to understand the context of the given situation and adjust your strategy or priorities based on what is most important at that time. Social awareness. Social awareness indicates accuracy in reading and interpreting other people's emotions, often through nonverbal cues. Socially aware leaders are able to relate to many different types of people, listen attentively, and communicate effectively. What core competencies of social awareness do you have? First, there's empathy. You pay full attention to the other person and take the time to understand what they are saying and how they are feeling. You always try to put yourself in other people's shoes in a meaningful way. Next is organizational awareness. You can easily read the emotional currents and dynamics within a group or organization. You can sometimes even predict how someone on your team or leaders of a company you do business with might react to certain situations, allowing you to approach situations strategically. Developing the skills of social awareness. First and foremost, social awareness requires good listening skills. Do not talk over someone else or try to hijack the agenda, but you can ask questions and invite others to do the same. Challenging your prejudices and discovering commonalities is also key. Practice putting yourself in other people's shoes. When we do this, we are often more sensitive to what that person is experiencing and are less likely to tease, judge, or bully them. Relationship management. Relationship management is an interpersonal skill set that allows one to act in ways that motivate, inspire, and harmonize with others, while also maintaining important relationships. Which core competencies of relationship management do you have? Relationship management has the most traits out of all the domains with 5. The first being influence. You're a natural leader who can gather support from others with a relative ease, creating a group that is engaged, mobilized, and ready to execute the tasks at hand. Next, we have coach and mentor. You foster long-term learning by giving feedback and support. You put your points into persuasive and clear ways so that people are motivated as well as clear about expectations. Moving on to conflict management. You're comfortable dealing with disagreements between multiple sides and can bring simmering disputes into the open and find win-win solutions. Developing the skills of relationship management. If you're a constantly negative person, you'll have a very difficult time managing long-term relationships. Instead of focusing on the what's worse that can happen, try to see yourself as an agent of positive change. Don't be afraid to go against the grain of conventional norms or take risks either. These kinds of people ultimately leave the people they work with feeling inspired, motivated, and connected. For more information, please contact the team at MeaningBot.com. Also, Daniel Goleman at Daniel Goleman L on Twitter. My name is Zachary Gsegnet from the MeaningBot team, and I thank you for your time.